Alright, so I briefly want to talk about some of the things that belong in the Poifera through Mollusca unit. So this new table of contents will go back behind that huge Kingdom Animalia introduction table of contents. When you finally make it to this unit, there will be 12 items in this table of contents. Item 1 and 2 are self-explanatory, 2 sets of vocabulary. You'll do vocab number 1 at the beginning for Poifera and Nadaria, and then partway through the unit you'll get vocab number 2 for Echinodermata and Mollusca, or the echinoderms and mollusks. Your invertebrate booklet will be made in this unit, but then carried over also into the next unit, worms through arthropods. So it will belong in both table of contents, but that booklet will not be graded until the end of the worms and arthropods unit. Sponge's crossword puzzle, you've seen something very similar to that before, back like when we did Kingdom Plantae and so on. So after the crossword puzzle will be a Nadarian life cycle. So Kingdom Nadaria, one example of those would be the jellyfish. Since it's a life cycle, we can really start anywhere on that. So we could start, let's say, with the sex cells. Sex cells join, that's fertilization. That turns into larva or larvae. And then we develop this kind of mouth up organism. We call it the polyp. The base is at the bottom, the mouth is up, so we can get food. So the immature part is down toward the bottom. As it starts to grow, so the growth is toward the top, okay, each one of those round bucket kind of things is called the medusa. The most mature is on the top, and when it's the maturest, it plops off. And when it plops off, its mouth goes from here to here. The mouth goes down. And when the mouth goes down, we call that the adult jellyfish. Your starfish pre-lab, you will be told some pages in your big old textbook that you will need to read and to outline for your starfish pre-lab. You'll be also asked to answer 2 questions from your textbook, and you can do this on notebook paper. On your actual starfish lab, you must read and highlight everything ahead of time. You'll be in smaller groups of about 3 or 4. You'll each be given a starfish. You need to answer all questions in the packet. Your Mollusca crossword puzzle, same old, get that done. For your clam dissection, you need to read and highlight. They have pre-lab questions included for you. Questions 1 through 5 must be answered before you are allowed to participate in the lab itself. During lab time, you are required to answer observations and data, questions 1 through 15, and then also questions number 1 through 3 under analysis and conclusions. Squid dissection, you have got to read and highlight ahead of time. For your squid dissection, you are to answer all questions. There will not be a pre-lab. Yes, I want you to try to find the pen and write with it on the lab itself. May make a little bit of a mess. All questions and labeling needs to be done. On the overview of the charts, make sure you fill all of those out. You will have one for each phyla discussed. You do not need to do the body shape or the sketch for each one. The study guide will get you 5 percentage points added to your test score, so please take advantage of that. You have got to be able to label these organisms. So you'll learn the labeling in your invert book, and they'll be placed in your invert book. You've got to be able to label on that test. So very important to be able to do that. Take advantage of the study guide. Bye, guys.